Revenue Minister for Government of Karnataka, and speakers from different countries and delegates from different countries and colleagues. Good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor to be here with you today to speak about a subject that not only defines the present direction of our governance, but also shape the future we visualize for every citizen of our country. At its core, economic justice is about fairness and equity, and it is about ensuring the equal access and opportunity, dignity, and resources regardless of one's background and circumstances. It goes beyond numbers and statistics. It's about making sure that every individual, whether a farmer, a student, a worker, a woman, a person belonging to SC, ST, BC community, a differently able and any other vulnerable group has the chance to lead the life of dignity, stability and hope. It is well known that any country, the wealth is concentrated on few hands. In India, 40% of wealth is held by the top 1% of the people, and the bottom 50% of the people only held by 3% of the wealth. The rich is becoming richer day by day, while the poor is becoming poorer. It remains the poor people in any country are not in a position to face uncertainty in difficult times. They become most vulnerable, exploited. This kind of trend cannot be allowed to go on anymore. Now, more than ever, the call of inflation, disrupted supply chains, adverse weathers like floods, drought, earthquake, pandemics like COVID, etc. Each of these uncertainties have posed several challenges to the society at large. However, the impact of such uncertainties has been marginalized by the vulnerable groups. The recent times, the world witnessed the COVID pandemic, which spread the havoc across the nations. It has not just a health crisis; it was a human crisis beyond the imagination, and its deepest impact was felt by the most vulnerable sections of the society. The nation saw unprecedented senses of misery, pain, struggle, and fear. The most impacted were daily wage workers, migrant labor, informal sector of employees, who suddenly became jobless, faced food insecurity and lack of healthcare access. We have witnessed unprecedented, inimaginable migrant labor crisis during the COVID, where we have saw lakhs of migrant labor who had no chance but to leave their homes, walking thousands of kilometers with small kids, infants, aged parents, for getting a job in their hometown or some other place. This way, the absolute failure of the government at large in ensuring the equitable justice to the most of the vulnerable class. That is where the role of government becomes very, very important to ensure the economic justice in uncertain times. Programs like Manrega, which is often criticized by some section of people, was the savior of the poorest of the poor during the COVID. Those who lost their jobs, their place of work, could survive while making a living by working under Manrega when they came back to their homes. In our state itself, around 12 lakh additional workers were provided work under Manrega during the COVID period. Dr. Manmohan Singh, the then Prime Minister, was the visionary to think about such program, ensure economic justice during the vulnerable times. In recognition of the hardship faced by the farmers and other marginalized communities, the first free power initiative to the farmers was introduced by Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy, the former Chief Minister of Government of Andhra Pradesh. And today also we are providing 24/7 free electricity to the farmers. As Mahatma Gandhi said, the nation's greatness is measured how we treat the weakest people. The following the Gandhiji's vision, our government has focused on the setting up social society nets like free ration cards and expanded health coverage under Rajiv Arogyasri scheme, 200 units of the free electricity to households, free bus travel for women, gas cylinder for 500 rupees, Indiramma housing, 5 lakhs worth of free houses we are giving for the poor people, Rajiv Ovikasam, unemployed people, we are giving the financial assistance right from 10% to up to 2 lakhs and 20% up to 4 lakhs, up to 50,000, 100% subsidy also we are giving. And Indira solar pump sets also we are giving. Girijala Vikasam also we are giving to the tribal farmers. It reflects the commitment to ensure that the most of the vulnerable sections of the country, and as the government for backward classes upliftment, we are giving 42% reservation for BCs. First time we have done an economic survey and we are giving the 42% reservation for very low income people in a different low caste people are there. So we identified with scientific methodology, and SCs also, scheduled castes also, we have done some categorization. Like that we are uplifting the lower income people by